The Duke of Cambridge has addressed the nation in a televised tribute honouring veterans on VJ Day, 75 years after his great-grandfather gave a speech marking the end of World War II. In the pre-recorded message, Prince William urged the public to remember their responsibility to learn the lessons of the past and ensure that the horrors of the Second World War are never repeated.
It is hard for us to imagine what victory over Japan Day must have felt like at the time. A mix of happiness, jubilation and sheer relief, together with a deep sadness and overwhelming sense of loss for those who would never return home. Today, we remember those who endured terrible suffering and honour all those who lost their lives.
The Duke of Cambridge there speaking yesterday. Let's have a look at the newspapers, see what's making the headlines on the front pages of the Sunday papers. Nearly 5 million GCSEs will be awarded later this week. The Observer reporting that 97% of them in England will be assigned solely by the controversial algorithm drawn up by the exam regulator Ofqual. The paper says that education experts fear that even more GCSE results could be downgraded than A-levels. Remember, the A-level guidance changing overnight. That's our lead story this morning. That doesn't make the front pages of any of the papers this morning because it happened so late in the day. The government is expected to face new legal challenges to those A-level results within days, that newspaper is predicting.
Well, meanwhile, the Sunday Express reports that the Education Secretary Gavin Williamson has vowed to get children back to the classroom, saying it is morally, socially and economically necessary for them to return in September. It's ahead of the launch of a new campaign being launched in England to persuade parents it is safe for children to return next month. That campaign will be running on online, on the radio and on TV.
Front page of the Sunday Telegraph this morning marking yesterday's VJ Day coverage with a photograph of a veteran paying his respects at Winchester Cathedral in Hampshire. Of course, 75 years since the end of the Second World War, VJ Day, the end. Many people, many veterans involved in VJ Day always felt somewhat aggrieved reading yesterday that VE Day was regarded as the end of the war. Of course, it continued out in the Far East for a number of months afterwards, and VJ Day, the 75th anniversary, the official end of the war, being marked yesterday.
And let's have a look at the Huffington Post, who are reporting on how coronavirus could kill off some of Britain's oldest curry houses. Owners of restaurants in London's Brick Lane and Birmingham's Balti Triangle say the future currently looks bleak.